First thing we would do is if you can give me a massive clap. Bigger clap. There we go.
Let's go!
Okay, we've never met before.
No. Definitely recording.
Tell us like who you are and what you do around video games industry culture.
Yeah, so currently I'm an esports lecturer at Kingston College. So I work directly I'm basically teaching next generation esports, which is a new thing. Started in 2018, so I'm in my second year. I started in 2022. So it's good. And the way I got there, I'm not actually an official teacher or anything. I didn't teach training. I came from the esports industry, from being a previous professional player for Street Fighter.
I'm Alexis Trust. I am the product lead on the marketing and publishing team over at Chucklefish.
So my name is Miss Bubbles. I am a YouTuber. I create before you buys, top lists, and news roundups for RPGs, cozy games, and indie games.
My name is Louise Wynn. I am a creative director and art director at Mami Avalon.
My name is Rima. My pronouns are she, her. I am ops manager at Poet Coven, and I've been in the games industry for the past 5 to 6 years.
My name is Trevor Graham, and I work for Virgin Media O2 as a network manager by day, but also within the business I sort of lead the community-based stuff around gaming. So I run the gaming page and sort of generate buzz and around gaming for what we do in the business, and I also host a weekly podcast within the business too.
What was your motivation for wanting to do more content creation in the video games industry?
It's just more making friends really, because I've never really fit in places. Like when I was in high school, I actually did start content creation when I was 16, but it was found by people in my class and I stopped because people were making fun of me for playing video games. It was very much just like, girls don't play video games kind of thing and stuff like that.
Actually, streaming came about because my son wanted to stream, and it was kind of 2020. We had watched a lot of streamers. Towards the end of the year, we kind of started to think about it a little bit more seriously, and at the beginning of 2021, we started a stream together.
I wanted to get into the industry as a concept artist because I loved drawing growing up, and then I actually found a design course at A-level level. So instead of taking A-levels, I took a BTEC level 3. Yeah. And at that point, I was introduced to UDK3, which is an engine. This is like the step before Unreal Engine 4. So yeah, I'm getting old now. So I had my first experience working in UDK3 and went, actually, this is really good fun. I don't want to do art, I want to do design, because I like the control and the creativity around actually making the things that you're playing and the experience of it. And then through time it kind of organically moved across into narrative and stuff as well.
There was a rock band that I was friends with who were going on tour, and they said to me, we don't need our capture card, we think you can create an awesome community, so we want you to stream. Here's the capture card, show us how you can build this community. I had it for a month and I really enjoyed it. So I carried on. 2 years later, I'm still doing it.
So I am a mother of 2, and also being from the Bengali culture, it's not typical for us to be working. So I want to be able to show other girls, my daughter especially, that you can do something that's not the norm. So our culture, they think doctors and lawyers are your typical standards, and I want to show them actually you can earn just as much money, or you can have the passion and just do something that you enjoy. And actually, I love playing games, so why not?
Is there a video game that got you into gaming, either sort of one in with a professional aspiration or just casually into games?
So there's 2. Got me into games was Super Mario World, because that was essentially the first video game I played. So I was in right from the get-go. From the moment I'm controlling Mario, and I think at the time I'm probably about 4 years old, I just remember thinking, this is literally everything. Controlling a character yourself and having just control over everything in front of you, that made me a gamer right from the get-go.
I'd say the game that got me into gaming as a whole, it's kind of a toss-up. It's between Streets of Rage and Street Fighter.
Okay.
You can see there's a theme here. I like
on
fighting
the
in the
streets.
streets. Yeah, doing it in the streets. Yeah.
Starting with
the Final Fantasy series on the SNES, or better yet, the NES, where the lid flipped up. So I had one of those when I was a child. And then that sort of progressed from there. I was always into JRPGs because I was a very imaginative child, undiagnosed ADHD, but we won't go down that route, but it explains everything. And yeah, if it wasn't JRPGs, it then became online video games, whether that be Final Fantasy 14 online, World of Warcraft. Never really got into EverQuest, but I'd like to say that I tried it once upon a time. But yeah, it was that sort of story narrative because I felt like I could be the hero of a story. And it was, even though they were all Caucasian, like I was still the hero. And it meant a lot to me.
My first ever game I actually got was actually my dad's. And it was on the Game Boy, and it was actually just Tetris. And I was just addicted. I was like, this is amazing. All I gotta do is make a line and just keep going and going and going. And then from there, as I grew up around my brothers, it was Pokemon, then it became Sonic, Mario. So it kind of kept going up and up. All the classics.
It's something that me and my brothers, you know, they got me into gaming basically, my brothers did. They're the ones that got the first Sony PlayStation. And yeah, so it's the only game I was allowed to play with them. But when they were at school and I was at home, Crash Bandicoot was the one. So that was my go-to.
In terms of working in video games, it was actually Final Fantasy X. So I played that when I was released in 2002, so I was about 11 years old. And I remember playing it and being shocked that this world could be made. These characters could be made, designed so unique, each of them, that I wanted to go and tell people. I wanted to go and tell my friends. I wanted to tell my mum. I wanted people to understand that this is so, there's so many aspects of this that's so clever, such actually, like it's actually art. And right from there, I thought, oh, I would actually like to want this to be a part of my future. I want this to be something I'm working in when I'm older.
My sister plays games, my little brother plays games, my dad loves games. We all play games and we all have our own kind of system that we play the most. I think I'm the one that transfers between all of them. But one of my sisters is solidly Nintendo and the other one is solid PlayStation, and then my little brother's Xbox. So, but they play games on only those consoles and they play a lot of them. So it's all of us.
What was the earliest gaming memory?
No, okay, so my earliest gaming memory was my dad was a big PC gamer. And so I would, on a Saturday, Sunday morning, when I was very little, would go sit next to him on the PC and actually watch him play Shogun Total War. Or there was a game as well called Silver, which was like I think 2001, inspired by JRPG, but it was like a Western point and click adventure game. And then Diablo 2 as well, we played together. I had the keyboard and he controlled the mouse, so we managed to complete all of Diablo 2 together just by using separate profiles.
So I had a Master System, and in Master Systems back in the day, we had Alex the Kid was built into it, so you didn't need a cartridge. So we had that, and then there was Mary and Edgar in Quartet. That was one of my other favorite games. And then it was, I can't remember, it was something world, and it's like this little, oh no, R-Type. There we go, R-Type on the Master System.
So I'm a big Sony stan. Anything PlayStation, I will love. So when I saw Lara Croft, I was like, I'm loving this. It's a woman with guns going around, being pretty much a role model. I was like, I want to be her. And here I am.
Is there a happiest memory when it comes to games, or is there something like, what about games that makes you happy?
I think just like, I think the best example probably is like more recently playing games, like learning kind of to overcome things through games. Like the big one was like the other day, my friend sent me Celeste to play. And that game is hard. It is so hard. I think I finished the game with like 2,200 deaths or something ridiculous. But I think like it really stuck with me because I'm the kind of person who gives up very easily. Like if I play a Mario game and I keep losing on a level, I'm just gonna stop. I won't play that game. I have a lot of games that I haven't finished because of that. But like kind of, especially because I was like streaming the game at the time, I had like this group of people kind of rallying behind me, and like I think finishing that game was something really special because it was me pushing through all of those instincts to give up and getting somewhere that I never thought I would.
I think just being able to go into a world and just leave everything else behind, explore, environments, listen to the story, the gameplay as well, and chatting with online friends as well, and being part of communities. I think gaming's really great for that.
Oh my goodness, my favorite things about video games is obviously the story, but also there's like the mechanics and the gameplay things that help create like the player's story about it. I remember just like in a roguelike game where you're trying so hard against the boss and then you finally win and it's like the biggest achievement ever in your life, and it's like those sort of things in that I feel like it's only really unique to games, especially in like a personal experience. So yeah, that's one of the things that really make me happy with games.
Honestly, the reason why I love gaming so much and games in general is it's my escape. Like obviously we all live normal jobs, we have to live a living life and to survive pretty much. I kind of want like an escape where I can just hang out with friends or on my own and just kind of imagine that I'm living this whole different lifestyle in a video game without putting myself in real danger. So that's less danger, more gaming.
So what has been the biggest achievement in games so far for you?
Using video games and like my platform to raise over £10,000 for Cancer Research UK.
Oh, wow.
And helping them in my own time to kind of break into the games industry, because they've kind of realised with me that this is an area they haven't really explored. So they're now breaking into that. They've also created a new department around that, and when they expand it, I want to jump on it. So that's my route into the games industry, because I don't work in the games industry right now. I'm actually a dental nurse. So yeah. So I want to break into the games industry through charity, because I feel like it's a very good place to raise money for good causes, not just obviously cancer research, but everywhere.
Yeah, no, how we are saving lives. Impressive, right? Cool.
I won Tomorrow's Star Developer Award in 2021. Was huge achievement for me, just because I've come from a PA background in the games industry, and to be known for all the diversity inclusivity work that I've done was amazing. So it's something I have a little star on my mantelpiece. I'm so proud of.
So it's a community that I've built. I freaking love them. And on YouTube, we've been through ups and downs. I got hacked recently. They rallied to help me out with it. And I feel like they just make me feel so welcomed. I always say, like, when I go to my Discord server, it just feels like I'm going to my living room. And then I find people making like a birthday surprise for me. And I didn't know, like, I always just see them there engaging and being so kind to me. Anytime I want to try any form of content, they're welcoming anything that I do, any changes that I make. They're like, do whatever you want, and they support me all the way. So I feel like this community that I founded is the biggest achievement that I've ever dreamed of, and I'm actually doing it. So it's really good.
I was invited to a game launch event, and that was something I didn't think was going to happen anytime soon. So the fact that I got an invite to be in there with other creators, that is, for me, my biggest achievement as a creator.
Obviously, I make Tekken content as well, and I must have tweeted Horado, that's the creator of Tekken, and he actually replied to me. Like, I sent him a link to one of my videos critiquing the Tekken 8 soundtrack, and he replied to me with like a big paragraph telling me all about the game, how the songs were made, and then the tweet got about 250,000 views, and then that ended up getting a lot of views to my YouTube channel as well, which is really cool.
What was the critique?
I'll just listen to each of the songs and then just give them a rating. So I listen to it, you'll see my reaction to the song, then I'll give it a rating out of 10. And then, yeah, after he done that, people start commenting on my video, saying that Harada sent them. Like, it was really cool, man. Like,
that's nice.
And as a fan of Tekken, the creator messaging me, I'm like...
What's better than that?
Exactly.
What advice would you give your younger self, knowing what you know now?
About video games and working around them?
Yeah.
So yeah, I never imagined myself working in video games, even when I had that great experience with Legend of Zelda. But I was very curious about how video games told stories within the medium and about themselves, like in terms of marketing. I noticed that. And I guess my advice to my young, it really surprised me when I entered the industry. I actually only planned to stick around for about a year. I was doing maternity cover and I thought I'm going to learn all this stuff about video games and bring it back to the other industry I was in, which was literature, like book publishing. And I found that video games, I didn't want to leave. Like,
Forget books.
Yeah, forget books. Still love books.
I would just say take the content creation more seriously, because I was doing it on and off for about 10 years, the content creation. I'll be consistent for like a month, then I'll take a break for the rest of the year. I'll get demoralized quite easily. It was only last year that I said, you know what, no, enough of the games. I'm just gonna just buckle down, create this content every single day. So last year I uploaded every single day. I got to 1,000 subscribers. I got the monetization threshold, and it wasn't easy, but I saw that I was more than capable of doing it. And I feel like if I had started doing it a lot sooner and taking it seriously, I'm taking it now, I would have, you know what I mean? I would have been clear by now.
I would say keep going. So in my life, I grew up in a household of, it was a lot of like, you have to do this and do this to impress this person. Whereas I didn't really want to be like that. I didn't want to be like a fake person living a fake life. And I kind of went out my way to kind of push stereotypes and make myself become the person I am today. But it took a lot of confidence for me to get here. And I feel like it took a lot of motivation, a lot of self-motivation to get here. And I'm very proud that I pulled through and kept going and became the person I am today.
I would say find a tribe, like find a community of people who have similar goals to you. As nice as it is to want to do stuff on your own, you are better when you have other people cheerleading you, supporting you, obviously providing like connections and stuff like that, and that's really useful. But I think the best thing is like having people, when you have those voices of doubts, because that is going to happen, when you have people that can cheerlead and support you, that really comes in clutch a lot of the time.
That's good advice for me, actually.
Let people help you, yeah.
Boy. What does the word gamer mean to you?
So I think to me it's kind of just like anyone who enjoys the media, like the medium, because even like when you say gamer, like I'll think of like the esports player playing something really intensely. I'll think about like myself, but then also I think about like my mum, who like when I was a kid she would occasionally play like Professor Layton, like puzzle games, that sort of thing. But then like over COVID, for example, I was teaching her how to play Animal Crossing for the first time, and like I think that's still gaming, that's still being a gamer. It's just not the part of it that we really highlight, even if I think like there's a big space for people who enjoy them casually and stuff.
For me, it's just as simple as you enjoy a video game. Like, you don't have to put any hours to kind of announce that, oh yeah, I'm a gamer because I play this amount of games. Or there are so many people that I would class as gamers that just kind of enjoy a mobile game in the morning on the way to work, but that's their thing and they love that. And there are people who are on the complete other end of the spectrum who do nothing but game and eat, breathe, sleep gaming. So for me, it's just as simple as you enjoy it, then you're a gamer. There you go.
When I hear the word gaming, I don't have a set face in my head for what someone looks like, unfortunately. Whether it's gender, race, that doesn't come into my mind. But in regards to me, gaming is just anybody. You can look around the room and 90% of people could be gamers in that room. We never realise because people have a stereotype. So for me, it's be who you want to be.
I think gaming is about having fun. I think it's about connecting with other people. I have met so many people I probably would never have bumped into on the street, you know, coming to events and everything, you know, I don't know, it means a lot. I think being a gaming mum as well can come with such negative connotations as well. It's not the norm for a mum to game. For a dad to game, very reasonably normal for a dad to game with their child, but for a mum to game with their son or daughter is not viewed in the same way. So people kind of look at you and go, you game? What, you play FPS games with your son? You play Fortnite? And it's kind of like, well, yeah, because it's fun and we have a lot of enjoyment, and, you know, why is it any different to taking your kid to the park or or taking them trampolining or something like. It's exactly the same thing. It is something to do where you can, where they can have fun, and there is so much more to gaming, when it comes to kids.
Sarah says, burn your books, keep playing games, kids.
Yeah, so like stop reading books, play more video games. Yeah, that's my advice for my younger self. Ditch the books,
and your
play
parents,
the games.
That's valid.
Yes.
Can't argue with mom.
The only reason I stopped is because I had a daughter. I shouldn't have stopped, but I had a daughter and I didn't really want to leave her too much because there's quite a lot of travelling.
See you later.
The videos still exist. They're unlisted, and they are never seeing the light of day because I look back and I'm like, let's not go back there.
They were right now.
No, they weren't right. It was great at the time. Just now, I don't need people to see that.
Nice. I mentioned we got a podcast. We'll have to get you on this.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to do that. I also just switched to Virgin Media as many years with Sky.
Good choice.
Well, you know what? The router had some issues. They had to come and replace it.
Give me a call.
So, the guy came around. He got me a new one because I think I had a refurbished one.
Yeah.
I was like, this just isn't working.
Any problems, you know where I am.
Okay, I might have to. It's now everything's cool. Everything's cool so far. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Let me just double check. I haven't. Because I just had the feeling that I missed out a question. No, we got them all.
Hey.
Yeah, we did the advice. Yeah. Cool. Fantastic. That's it. Thank you. All good. All right, let me stop this. Hey there, I'm Nigel from My Matter. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other great videos we have on the channel. You can also join the Gamepad Discord and check out the next event at gamepad.events. We'll see you soon.